As most of you guys know, the 2027 draft class is supposed to be one of the better draft classes we have seen for dynasty purposes here over the last couple of seasons. And the main reason for that is because there's lots of quarterbacks in this draft class and lots of wide receivers, especially a guy in Jeremiah Smith, that gives us a lot to love for dynasty purposes because those positions are so important to us when building long term. Now, the reality is we might be overlooking the running back position here in this year's draft class as well, because there is a lot of quality running backs that have a lot to like as prospects and can develop even more in their junior seasons here, where they could become legitimate RB1s for us in fantasy football. So today we're going to talk about 5 of those running backs, but without wasting any more time, let's hop right into today's video. All right, so the first running back I want to talk about here today is going to be running back Ahmad from Missouri. Ahmad is one of the best pure runners in the 2027 draft class, and he's grown from being a very lightly recruited freshman star at Louisiana Monroe to a record-breaking SEC workhorse at Missouri. His production so far has been ridiculous. He's posted back-to-back 1,300-plus yard seasons, including a 1,649-yard rushing season and 16 touchdowns in 2025. This helped him finish second in the nation in rushing as well. What really stands out for him is the physicality that he plays with. He is a violent runner with great contact balance who forced missed tackles at an elite rate and has created a massive chunk of his production after contact. And he already looks like a true workhorse back with the toughness, the vision, and pass protection chops to project as more than just an early down runner at the NFL level. And he does have some question marks about a receiving profile because he did have almost no passing game usage. He does have some average long speed, and the big one is the question about his recovery after suffering a gunshot wound in May of 2026. But if he gets back healthy, which all reports are indicating that he will, he does look like one of the best running back prospects in the 2027 draft class. Let's move on and talk about another guy. I want to talk about Fletcher, running back out of Miami. Fletcher is a big physical running back who came into college as a highly recruited 4-star prospect, and he has steadily grown into a true lead back type of profile. And he also saved his biggest moments for the biggest games in college, setting a college football playoff rushing record with 507 postseason yards, including huge games against Texas A&M, Ohio State, Ole Miss, and Indiana. Now, at 225 pounds, Fletcher brings the size and power that you want to see from a workhorse running back, and he has the ability to handle the bulk of the carries, finish runs through contact, and be a major factor near the goal line. Despite being a bigger physical running back, he is not just a plotter either. He has solid speed for his size, and he showed he can rip off chunk plays, especially during Miami's playoff run last year. Now, the questions for him are mostly going to be on passing downs. The receiving profile is a little bit shaky, and the pass protection does need to improve, and because of that, he still probably needs to prove that he can be more than just a 2-down guy. But if he cleans some of that up, I think Fletcher has the profile to be an early day 2 type of running back that has lots of fantasy football upside. Moving on to our next guy, I want to talk about Kewan Lacy, running back out of Ole Miss. And Lacy is a very productive running back who transferred from Missouri to Ole Miss and immediately became the engine of the Rebels offense. His 2025 production was massive. He finished with 1,564 rushing yards and an Ole Miss record of 24 rushing touchdowns, with the most carries in the country with 306 across the board in just 15 games. Now, Lacy's biggest strength is his toughness and his finishing ability. He runs with strong contact balance, keeps his legs driving through traffic, and he's especially valuable in those short yardage and goal line situations. He's not just a grinder though. When he clears the first level, he has enough speed to create explosive plays, and he showed that upside in big games like his 224-yard, 3-touchdown performance against Florida. The concern for him is going to be the passing down profile. He did have some issues with drops, some limited route development, and some ball security questions as well. Plus, his pass protection does need a little bit of work, but as a durable early down grinder who has a nose for the end zone, he is definitely a running back that dynasty managers need to keep their eye on. I want to move on and talk about running back Nate Frazier for the Georgia Bulldogs. Frazier is one of the most exciting upside backs in the 2026 draft class, coming from modern day as a top recruit in the nation with legitimate track speed and that Georgia running back pedigree. He has already produced early in the SEC, leading Georgia with 947 rushing yards as a true sophomore while earning all SEC recognition at a championship level program. Now, the athletic profile is what makes him so intriguing for fantasy. Frazier has some of the best time speed in the class, and when he gets into space, he has the type of burst that also can change the feel of an offense. He also comes with some good passing game appeal as well, with 16 catches in 2025 showing enough of a receiving foundation to indicate that he has the skill set to earn a bigger 3-down role at the next level. But the main concerns are whether he can truly handle workhorse volume, clean up some of the pass protection protection issues and turn that elite speed into more consistent, explosive plays. But if he takes another step forward in 2026, he could quickly rise to become one of the top running back prospects in this class. Now let's move on to talk about the last running back here in today's video. It's going to be Jadan Baugh, running back out of Florida. Baugh is a young physical running back who broke out very early in the SEC and already looks like one of the most interesting lead back profiles in the 2027 draft class. He produced right away as a true freshman, tying a Florida record with 5 touchdowns in a single game against Kentucky, and then he followed it up with a 1,168-yard sophomore season as the Florida Gators lead back. Now, Baugh's profile is built around size, contact balance, patience, and ball security. He runs behind his pads well, he handles volume well, and he did not have a single fumble on 254 touches in 2025. He also flashed some passing game ability with 33 catches, which gives him a path to more fantasy football upside if that receiving role expands beyond mostly swings, screens, and checkdowns in his junior year and at the next level. Now, the questions are whether or not he has enough explosive play ability, whether that route running can develop, and whether the pass protection improves. But for a true sophomore with legit SEC production, workhorse size, and a clean ball security profile, Baugh is definitely a running back that dynasty managers should be paying attention to. So there you have it, folks. Like I said, the 2027 running back class for dynasty fantasy football purposes might be getting slept on right now because of how good some of those other positions are. These are 5 names today that you guys should be keeping an eye on as we get into that college football season. If you enjoyed this video, do me the favor, hit the like button down below. It is the best free way to show this channel some support. Also, make sure you guys are subscribed to this channel. You don't want to miss any of the future content that we are putting out. And go join our free Discord. We do have a free Discord linked in the description. But with all of that being said, I have nothing else for you guys today, so I will see you on our next episode. But until then, peace out.